Hiya, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Diamond, aka Lady Leo, and welcome back. So we are going to be doing another swatch and review today. I'm super excited about this one. This is Blush Lacquers Dollhouse collection, which came out March, I believe. Let me check their socials. March the 26th. So I'm not too far behind. Well, I guess it depends on when this comes out. But this is a 5-piece creme collection in varying shades of pink, which is right up my alley. So I'm going to let that bottle footage roll. I also have a little bit of unboxing footage too. So I'm going to let that roll and then we'll get started on our swatches.
It isn't hard to tell what you were thinking, babe. Your thoughts are only getting louder. While you are up in space, I sit here by myself. Are you gonna spill the truth or waste your life away? Sitting on your fingertips, so I know what you'll say. Baby, don't bother, you know it hurts anyway. Don't bother, as long as you don't say that it's over now, that it's over. We used to talk about getting older. We said we hold on, but now it's over. It can't be over, over. I don't know what you did, but it's alright with me. It doesn't matter any longer. I will forgive your flaws if you're forgiving mine. Are you gonna spill the truth or waste your life away? Sitting on your fingertips, so I know what you'll say. Baby, don't bother, you know it hurts anyway. Don't bother, as long as you don't say that it's over now, that it's over. We used to talk about getting older. We said we hold on, but now it's over. It can't be over, over. Spill it out, don't you spare any details of how you feel about us. Spill it out, don't you spare any details.
Alright, so on to the swatching. Just as a reminder, I am using the Holo Taco Peely base coat as well, just to make for easy swatching on my part. So we're going to be starting off with Malibu Beach Party. I will say this is probably like my favorite of the collection because when I think of Barbie, this is probably like the shade of pink that comes to mind. It's sort of like a medium to light sort of pastel pink, and it is kind of one of my favorite shades of pink. Like this and hot pink are probably like my two favorite shades of pink. I think this formula is really creamy. Now for me, this is just something that I always have to do with certain types of pastels. I did end up doing 3 coats on this, and that was because I noticed a couple of spots on the second one. Just what I mean is just like a couple parts that don't look fully opaque from my vantage point. So I did end up going over this with a 3rd coat. I do want to say that I tend to swatch pretty quickly, so I think you probably could get away with 2 if you did a little bit of thicker coats, and maybe if you get it a little bit more dry time in between coats. Don't do what I'm doing, but if you did that, I'm pretty sure you could get away with 2 coats if you're somebody who doesn't want to do 3 coats. But I did end up doing a 3rd coat just to make sure that it was fully opaque. I also really love the brushes from Blush Lacquer. I think the thing that I like so much about them is that they're not super deep, so they're a wide brush, but they're not super thick. And then they're curved, and then they're curved in the way that like that's how your natural nail curves at the base of your nail. So I think they work really well for applying polish, and I just think they work really great, and I really like them. Moving on to my next favorite, and that is Little Pink Corvette. So I'm going from lightest to darkest, but this might also be in order of like what my favorites are. But I do really love this shade. I think it is a really beautiful shade. I think it's really great coverage on this one. Like, this is something where if you're not somebody who likes to do a lot of coats, I think if you go a tad thicker, you could totally get away with one coat. I mean, you could probably get away with the one coat that you see from me. It looks fully opaque to me in that one coat. So I like that. I like brands that are flexible. Like if you just want to do some nail polish quick on the go, don't want to do multiple coats, one coat and done, you're good to go. So I think the formula is super creamy and it's just a really beautiful color. I love this color so much. All right, next up we have a shopping spree. I think this stays in the hot pink family, but I think it's a little bit more cool toned than Little Pink Corvette, where I think Little Pink Corvette's a little bit more on the warmer side. But I also think this is a really beautiful shade of pink. It kind of reminds me of my bedroom growing up as a kid. I don't remember if I've said this in a video or not, but my parents let my sister and I pick out our colors for our room when I was young, and my sister picked like yellow and green, and I picked pink and pink. My walls were like medium pink, and then my baseboards were like a sort of hot pink color. This would have been akin to like what my walls were. Sort of hard to describe it. Like my walls were like a medium hot pink, and then my my baseboards were like a deeper pink. It doesn't matter, it's pink and pink, but anyway, this kind of gives me the nostalgia for that. But I think the color is so beautiful and I love this collection. I mean, I love pinks in general, but I just think all of the pinks in this collection really complement each other really well. So next up we have Dream House. So I would say this one is definitely a hot pink, but it's leaning kind of like on the neon side of that hot pink. So it's like a hot pink neon, which I vibe with. I love hot pink. I mean, I wish one day when I get a house I don't know if I'd want the outside of my house to be pink, but I would definitely want the inside of my house to be pink. Or at least one room, like maybe my nail polish room will be painted in shades of pink. But I think this is just a really gorgeous sort of hot pink neon, and it just goes really well with this collection. And rounding out the collection, we have Plastic Hearts. Now, just to clarify, this is part of the collection, but it's not a brand new polish. So, like, this is a polish that was already in existence on their website. So it wasn't something that was brand new, just like the other ones. Just as a little caveat, I had to double check and make sure I had it, which I did, so that I didn't buy it a second time. So I would say this is the most interesting one for me, because I think the color leans a little bit into the red. And when you look at it, I think it's like a pink, like a corally pink with some red undertones, which is not a bad thing. It's just sort of like an observation where, you know, sometimes people will look at something and they'll be like, that's red. And I'm like, no, it's pink. So I think this is a pink red. I think it is pink with some red undertones. But I really do like that because I think it offers a little bit of contrast. And when you see the comparison at the end, you'll see what I mean in terms of this one sort of leaning towards the red, where the other ones in my mind are very distinctly pink. But that being said, I still think it's really, really beautiful. And I just think the coverage in this collection is really great. I really like the formula for their cremes. They do effects polishes too, but I think their cremes are definitely underrated because most people don't like cremes as much as they do like the effects polishes. So I do have them all laid out here so you can see them all up against each other and see sort of like the progression. And like I said, I think this collection goes really well together. I really like sort of the progression in terms of the colors of the collection as well. So did you guys pick this up? Have you ever heard of blush lacquers? If so, which one is your favorite? Let me know in the comments. You can see full swatches of all of these on my Instagram. If you liked the video, go ahead and give it a like, really helps me out. If you want to see more content, hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you later. Bye.